Hey, shalom, shalom, yashala. Give me 1 second, Baba Kashai. Just want to check the feed. Make sure we got sound and video. We good to go. All right, man. Get a little hand. Right. Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we are led by the commanding general YAHANNA. Understand, since 1969, we've been teaching the truth about the Bible to God's true chosen people, man. The Israelites, according to the Bible, which are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're teaching them the truth about the Bible that God doesn't love everybody, He only loves the Israelites, which is said in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? The truth about the Bible that Christ is a black man and He only died for the lost sheep of Israel, which is in the Bible. And you know what I'm saying? Plenty of other truths, man. The truths that, you know what I'm saying, the oppressors, the devil, the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? We've been teaching this since 1969, and in doing so, we've been bringing our people back to their culture. You know, their culture, which is the Bible. If you are black, Hispanic, and Native American, the Bible is a book written by your people for your people. Man. So it's a roadmap for black and brown people. It's a black and brown man's book. You know I'm saying? It has our laws, statutes, and commandments. It has our prophecies and history, and it has our culture. And that's what we're here today for, man. This is the I.S.U.P.K. Friday Lashawan Qadash class. Friday for I.S.U.P.K. Houston, Galveston, Deep East Texas, and Port Arthur and Beaumont, man. Lashawan Qadash meaning holy tongue, where we get into our native language, which is the Hebrew, man. Speaking Hebrew is our culture as the Israelites, man. That's the language that we spoke in the days of the Old Testament. The Spanish, Creole, French, Patois, and even English. You know, so these aren't our culture. These are languages given to us through captivity, man. So oppressors force these languages on us. Our native tongue is the Lashawan Qadash, and that's what we go over every Friday, man. That's better to get into right now. So without any further ado, we're gonna begin class the way we always begin class, and that's by going over, you know, what I'm saying, the Hebrew alphabet. You know, this chart right here. Give me 1 second, Baba Kashai Israel. I just gotta set it up. You know what I'm saying, so that you can see it. Might be able to get a little bit closer than before. Yeah, it's a little better than last time. All right, this chart you see here is the Lashawan Qadash chart, man. This chart was given to us by, you know what I'm saying, the seven heads, man. The seven heads devised this chart. It has the Hebrew, you know what I'm saying? The seven heads, the seven heads were men that were scholars of scholars, man. You know what I'm saying? They went through the records in the Hebrew and they found out that this is the true way to pronunciate the Hebrew alphabet. It's 22 characters in in its entirety. You know what I'm saying? Things like this symbol right here, Tazah, Taza, and even Sha, Qua. You know what I'm saying? Before this chart, you know what I'm saying, you had the appropriation of the colonizers, man, the oppressors, man, the devils. You know what I'm saying? They would use this symbol and say tis. You know what I'm saying? But it's really Tazah. So here we have, you know what I'm saying, the 22 characters in Hebrew, all of the letters, all words in Hebrew are a combination of two or more of these letters. 22, all the way to Tha. Down below is the Assyrian, Ha to Tha. Notice how I'm starting at the right and moving to the left. Slack here. Yeah, right to left. Yeah, that's how Hebrew is read and written already. So let's go over them. Repeat after me, if you will. Ah, ba, ga, da, pa, wa, za, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, tza, qua, ra, sha, and the. Already. You know what I'm saying? This Hebrew, this chart right here gives us the pronunciation of the symbols. So when we know how to say each letter, putting them together for words, we know how to pronunciate the words. And then that's where these squiggly lines come in. If you're writing in the ancient Hebrew, these lines are connectors. If there's a squiggly line under one letter, then you pronunciate that one letter alone. But if the squiggly line is under two letters in between the two, then it's a combination of those two. Here we have la, sha, and wine, not lashawana. La, sha, and wine. That's only for the ancient. For the Assyrian, you know what I'm saying, the pronunciation is still the same, but you just gotta be a little bit more versed in the vocabulary. You know what I mean? You gotta just know what you're reading in the Assyrian. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying. It's not as easy as the ancient. But in the Assyrian, we have this thing to remember: these five letters: ka, ma, na, pa, and tza. If a word ends in these particular five letters, you use the one down here instead of the one in the regular alphabet up here. All right. We're gonna get into class. A little bit better. That's a lock here. All right. So I do have a lesson today. It does go along with what we going over in the Sabbath service. Sabbath is the seventh day of the week. Every Saturday, you know what I'm saying, we go over the scriptures and read them in the Hebrew in the ceremonial process because it is a holy convocation. You know what I'm saying, the Sabbath. So what we're going over in the Sabbath is Deuteronomy, I believe 9. We're in 9ish, chapter 9ish, either 8, 9, or 10, one of those chapters. You know what I'm saying? And what we're going over is pretty much Moses saying, you know what I'm saying? He's telling the children of Israel, he knows that he's not going to be able to make it into the promised land. But he's trying to give Israel the last piece of game he can, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much imploring them, listen to the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Why is the Most High giving you these laws? Why is the Most High telling you to do this and not do this? Because he loves you. Why am I, Moses, telling you to listen to the Most High instead of just doing my own thing? You know what I'm saying? Because I love you. So that's what my lesson is today. Pretty much going over some words, you know what I'm saying, that have to that connotate with love. Which love is the theme of my lesson. But before we get into that, you know what I'm saying, I got two mighty men in there, boy. And they are, is this camera quirky? It's a lucky for it. But yeah, the mighty men in this boy are right around the corner from getting that teaching test. So I kind of want to make sure they good. So I'm gonna give y'all kind of just a pop quiz, 2 times to the board each. All right, Yazar, come up here and write your name in Hebrew, and I'm talking about the Ban Yahawada, you all of it, Ban Yahawada, Ban Yashala. Write your name in Hebrew, and then I'm gonna have you do that next. Yeah, you only got black today, and then after that I'm gonna give y'all a tribe to write. I'm gonna give y'all a trick. I'm gonna try to make it like, you know what I'm saying, pop quiz. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, it is. Yep. Our part, right? You can write underneath it if you ain't got enough space. Yashar. Yashar Allah. Yash, Yashar Allah, right? Yashar Allah. It's a not ALA, it's a AHLA. You gotta say that up. Perfect. You can give me that in the symbols too. Oh, time crazy. I'm not gonna go too crazy. Maybe next week. This week we'll do you pick either ancient or Assyrian. Then next week we'll do the one you didn't do. Looking good. The bond is real tricky. I remember when I took my test and I wrote bond in Hebrew, they was acting like you ain't really need to do that. So just write Yahweh and Yashala. But just so you know, bond is ba and na connected. Because you'll read that in the Sabbath service, but it's a little extra when you write your name. You know. Close. Not exactly. You missing something. Yeah, that's not the hot. That's the what. But the what is in that hole. It's just not yet. No, that's shut.
Oh wait, I'm putting it. Yeah.
You had it before, the little Y thing. It looked like a Y.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Nah, nah, not a what. Yeah. That's Yahweh Doa. That's Yahweh Daha. The Daha is silent.
So you just leave it like that?
Nope. That's a good question. It's a ha at the end too.
Oh, so it's gonna be different.
It's just look at how you wrote it in English. It's a ha at the end, but that ha is silent. It's just at the end, and you connect the da and the ha at the end. Remember? You just put the ha at the end, and then instead of when you connect the ya, ha, wa, and then da, but the ha and the da make da, da, and then ha. But it's not the ha, it's da. You get it? Oh, hey, write the ha. I'll show you. No, that's a wa.
Yeah, I keep missing. I keep doing it.
So let me let the people see because this is a good question. So he got ya, ha, wa, da, and ha. But we know it's Yahweh da, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the da and the ha are connected to make the sound of da.
Right.
But these are all ya, ha, wa, and da. Just like that. For sure. Sha and ra. No. You see an H in the English, but that's the H that's on the A. That's the H part of the
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Get them connectors, and you did a great job. No, not quite. It's your shard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm still saying yeah.
No, you had
Yes, yes.
ya, and then shard, and then I, and then la. Yeah,
So,
perfect. See, it's not always the last two. Sometimes you connect them in the middle too. No, those last ones. That's a tricky one. I honestly don't know why it's like that. Cause my Chat GPT was asking me. I was trying to school my Chat GPT on the One West Hebrew, and I don't know. I don't know how to teach why is Allah. Cause Chat GPT was saying it's all like Yasha all,
yeah, Yasha all.
but it's Allah. I mean, I gotta come. I gotta find out for next class why it's pronounced that way.
Yeah, that's what you know. Assyrian
You did a
too?
good job. Now you got it.
All right.
We're gonna do a Syrian next week.
All right.
Good job, Bob.
Yeah.
Are you ready to come up here, Wow?
I should have raised it.
No, you can leave it up there. Look good.
One thing is Yazar is connected to Yahweh.
It looked a little close. I noticed that, but
This
it's
my
all
name?
good. Yeah. So just write your name. Write it in. Write the English verbalization. You went straight to the meat.
Oh, gotcha. So,
You know what I'm saying? Right? Just so we know, just so people online know.
well, I will.
Yeah, I was like that. Then the last one.
Oh, Yasha all. Right there.
Yeah, that's very important. Like I was telling Yazar, when you write it in the Hebrew, the bonds aren't. They kind of extra. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say they're not necessary because they. If you put it, it's gonna be understood. You're the son of
Right.
Yahweh, the son of. But when you just put Yahweh and Yashala, it's just like the name. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Good job. Good money. Mm-hmm. Yashala. That Shar means prince, and then Allah is power, right? There you go. No, do the same thing as I did.
It's Shar.
Yeah.
Shar.
Most high in Christ, man.
First.
right. These brothers wrote their name in Hebrew, man. You know what I'm saying? We got Yah, Zah, and Ra, Yazar, Yahawada, and Ha, Yahawada, Yashara'Allah, Yasha'Allah. And the same. We got Bond down here though. Pathwala, P, or Pa, Tha, Wa, Allah, Pathwala, Ba, Na, Bond, Yahawada, Yahawada, Ba, Na, Bond, Yashara'Allah, Yasha'Allah. Pathwala, Ban, Yahawada, Ban, Yasha'Allah. And if I was you, I would start to incorporate my father in the mix. Your father is a whole prophet too. You know what I'm saying? You can't say it when you're doing a Sabbath service. I would be like, I'm saying Yazar Ban Pathwala. You know what I'm saying? If my father was a prophet, I for sure would say his name. But yeah, man, Most High in Christ. Alrighty. So now we're gonna. I wanted to have y'all come up again, but I want to get some of the lesson in. You know, I want to kind of get some of the lesson. The next every week until that day comes. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord will know when y'all are truly ready. And you might not think you're ready, but the Lord will think you're ready. He'll spring it upon you. Lord willing, you have what it takes. But yeah, every Friday, as long as y'all are here, you know, so I'm gonna give y'all something to get y'all right in the Hebrew, that is. You know what I'm saying? I might even start. Well, no, that's a little bit too much. Scriptures in the Hebrew is a little bit much. But yeah, now we going over love, man. Love. My marker game is a little bit weak today, this Friday, Israel. Let me see if this camera look crooked. Oh, that's good. Yeah, my marker game is a little bit weak, so I might have different colors. I'm probably not. Oh, you got it. It's more. I'm talking about blue and green. I got hella black. Why? So look, as I normally teach, you know what I'm saying, I give us a word bank, you know what I'm saying, to get our vocabulary up, and then we just make some sentences using the words we just learned. So I got about 9 words, you know what I'm saying. Of course, we're gonna have love. Some of us might even already know what this one is, right? Anybody know? In Hebrew, ahab. It's ahab. I'm gonna see if I can get it in blue. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the blue. I might not be able to get it in blue today. This, we had the kiddos playing with it. Yeah, we got love, which is a hive, and then I'll get us the rest of them as we go along. But you know what I'm saying. Pretty much the theme is love. You know what I'm saying, because we know the Most High loves us, and we know the men of the Lord love the children of Israel, because that's what Christ instructed us to do. That's what the Lord instructed us to do. So the next word that in the word bank of love is condition. Because believe it or not, to be loved, there are certain conditions that have to be met. Am I right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not living in a fairy tale world. You know what I'm saying? I'm not believing in unconditional love, because a lot of parents in this world we live in will say, "Oh, I love my children unconditionally." But if your children were trying to kill you every day, like that little Macaulay Culkin off of what's that movie, The Good Son? If they were trying to get at you like the good son every day, then you would be trying to throw them in prison or unalive them themselves. They wouldn't have fit the condition to be loved. The Most High, you know what I'm saying, He loves us, and His love will be shown to us on certain conditions are met. So we have to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. That is love perfected. So conditions have to be most high in Christ. So conditions have to be met as far as love. And the next word is sacrifice. You can take that key with you. Sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? Because true love takes sacrifice, right? Sometimes you got to do things that you don't want to do or give up stuff that you want to keep for yourself. You know, Christ sacrificed his life and his time with the homies. And Christ really just wanted to chill with the homies, keep the law, drink wine, and heal people. But he knew he had to die a gruesome death. He sacrificed himself. I'm gonna get the. I should get them as we go, huh? So let's do condition, just so we're not confused. Condition is ma'ila. It's lucky I can't get it in blue. Ma'ila. And it really hurts that it's not in blue. It just don't look right. It look confusing. It's lucky. No sweat. But love is a hob. Condition is ma'ila. Conditions would be ma'ila yum. Because that yum at the end, right? That's actually going to be one of my sentences. And sacrifice is what the bak? What is it? Yeah, the bak. You know what I'm saying? Rise in power, trooper the bak. You know, his name was Sacrifice. He made sacrifices, but that's how you say sacrifice in Hebrew. The bak. All right. Let me get it's looking like I can really only fit. Nah, I'm gonna be able to fit 5 more. All right, so I got trust. You know what I'm saying? Trust is that's one of the things that's given to you when somebody loves you. You know what I'm saying? When somebody loves you, they start to give you trust. Trust is definitely earned, but love is earned too, right? So trust is one of them things that go alongside of love when you have met the conditions, made the sacrifices, met the conditions, and then you receive trust. Trust is bataka. That might not be one to remember, but it's definitely one to write down. You might not remember that one. Bataka. But you might remember it. Bataka, trust, is a verb. All right. So after that, I got protect. The ones you love, you protect, right? That's Izar. That's also a verb. To protect, Izar. What else I got? Mm, I'm gonna do cherish. Cherish is kind of like it's kind of yeah. Cherish is a good one. So cherish, you know what I'm saying? Where you where your heart is, your treasure is, right? You treasure you cherish where your heart is. You know what I'm saying? If all you care about is playing Xbox, you cherish that little system at the crib, that Xbox. But if you know what I'm saying, love your brothers and you come into camp, you cherish that bond you have with your brothers. So cherish things that you just it go it's synonymous with love, but it kind of has a little bit different of a meaning. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like hold dear. Love is an action word and an adjective, but this is like a verb meaning you hold dear. You really like it. Cherish. Chabab. Man, I'm gonna have to have all three in black. I'm gonna try to do green. I might be able to do green for the actual Hebrew. And then I'm gonna have two more. Consult and commit. Consult. I picked this one because you know we consult those just like we protect those we love. We consult those we love too. You know what I'm saying? We give them the game. You know what I'm saying? And the ISUPK, we call that counsel. You know what I'm saying? Doing what the scriptures teach us to do. You know what I'm saying? We get counsel from the men above us, the men who are more experienced, more versed in the biblical protocol. You know what I'm saying? Have a better understanding on what should be done in certain situations. That is really a consultation. They are giving us that consultation because they love us. Consult, I watch as I watch as And lastly, commit. Well, no, yeah, I'm gonna do commit. Commit, almost up there with almost, you know what I'm saying, up there with sacrifice. It's pretty much making a commitment to keep those conditions. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Putting your foot forward. It's almost like meeting the conditions of sacrifice, but it's just making sure that you stay according to the agreement. You know what I'm saying? Shit, being in a marriage takes commitment. I know that much. I don't know personally, but I can imagine. I can imagine to to be in communication with one person for the rest of your life every day. It takes a little bit of commitment. You gotta talk to that person every day for the rest of your life, all day. It's commitment. But it ain't no thing when you love them. You know what I'm saying? Aha. So commit, put quad, put quad. Already. So we got our. I'm gonna make little dots. Then make it that's a little better, right? Little dots kind of break it up a little bit, and then the Hebrew will be in green. So love, aha. We got damn. Maybe this red, nah, this red looks very. I don't want to trust this red. Damn. I'm gonna try to do the blue. So aha. Got aha. Ma'ila. Ma'ila. Oh, I forgot my connectors. Ma'ila. So love, ahab, condition, ma'ila, sacrifice, debak. Debak, a sacrifice. Trust, batacha, batacha. And not every day I get to write a tough. Got way listen. Even I gotta look at the board sometimes. Tough. I thought it was the little X-Men looking like the. I get confused with the Syrian. Ba to ha. But it has a hut in it too. Ba to ha. Ba. This is the one I remember. Ba to ha. Already. So now I gotta start separating these. Let me use black. Protect. Izar. Izar and Ra. Zar and Ra connected. Izar. Izar. Cherish. Chabab. Ha. Ba. And ba. Chabab. Consult. Iwatazar. So Iwatazar sounds, when you say Iwatazar, it sounds like each one is pronounced by itself. I, wa, and tazar. But really the Watazar is connected. So the wa and the tazar is connected, but it just sounds like we're saying wa and tazar because it's just so much going on, but it's connected. I believe no, it's lucky because some words be tazam or tazar, tazak, ya tazak. That's when the tazar would be connected with something. That's another thing I gotta look up. I gotta look up that I and la and tazar. But for now, I'm gonna go with what I truly believe. I'm gonna find I'm gonna find this out for sure next class. But now I think the wa and tazar are separate. What tazar? I think the tazar is only connected if it goes before the last letter. That's what I think. I want to make sure for next week. I know I always look up, watch my classes, and then find out what I gotta find out from the Adawanyu. I'm actually gonna consult. I'm gonna get a consultation from Officer Tazadai right there. See how that works? But I watched it out. I watched it out. Consult. I watched it out. Last commit. If you get that oil poured on your head, and you committing to being a prophet. That's Bakwa. Uh, there we go. It's rough with a broken marker, but I think we managed to do it. Let me see how it looks online. That's not too bad. Yeah, I think y'all can make that out. So we got, let's go over. We got love, ahab, condition, ma'ila, sacrifice, dabak. That's one to remember. Love and ahab and dabak, those are ones to remember. Trust, batacha, protect, izar. That's another one that might be easy to remember. Izar, protect. Cherish, chabab. Consult, iwataza. Mm-hmm. The I, the wa, and the taza. And lastly, commit, paquad. Commitment would be something I'm not exactly too sure, but I believe commitment would be something as far as paquad because it's plural, right? Or it's like a kind of a pluralization. I'll find that out for next week too. How to say commitment? Because this is just a commit to an action, a verb. To commit would be to do something, which would be paquad. That's the verb of committing. Already, commitment is more of a noun. All right, let's see how much time we got. We might see how many sentences be able to get in with this stuff. Got 20 minutes worth of sentences already. We might be able to get in too. You got what's up? Oh damn, my bad. All right. Let's switch. All right. So I got a few sentences. I got three sentences. Maybe we can get all three. Maybe we can only get two. But the first is I got. Kind of a long sentences, but I think we be able to once. I like this sentence a lot to use for studying purposes. You know what I'm saying, for practice, because it looks intimidating. Like I got to get all that in Hebrew. That looks like it's gonna be a lot, but really, Yazar is good. How many words is this gonna be? Yazar? It's not gonna be many words, is it? It's only gonna be
5, 6.
You even got more. Is it? It's less than that. It's only 4. It's the Most High in Christ. So once you understand, you know what I'm saying. You things like my and sacrifices, they get grouped together with prefixes and suffixes. My and love are gonna get grouped together. This is all gonna get grouped together for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You see it gets broken down into big words or grouped in. My bad. Grouped up into big words. So, and will approve. Will approve is also one word. So let's get it in. So my sacrifices. We remember sacrifice is the bach, right? So my sacrifice is. What would sacrifice is be? How do we pluralize words? You know what? Yep, the bakium. Come, Most High in Christ. So the bakium is sacrifice is. But my sacrifice is, I get a little tricky, but that's what we got this chart for. We got all our suffixes. We throw a ya at the end of that boy. The bakium ya.
The bakium ya.
My
sacrifice is.
The bakium ya. So I'm gonna write it out, break it down for the people watching. So we got the bak, sacrifice, yum plural, and ya my. My sacrifices. The bakiumya. Will prove. Okay, will prove. I gotta kind of give that one to y'all. So prove is rataza. Is rataza. That's how you say prove. Like is the actual mean like to attest to something. That's how you prove. So for the word prove, it's translated to rataza. But the conjugation of something singular, that's actually something plural, huh? I did that wrong. I could get the right answer real quick because sacrifices are plural. I wrote this. I wrote this out thinking because when you conjugate, you gotta know if whatever's doing the action is singular or plural. Me, you, her, she. You gotta know all of that. Then you gotta know the tense. Did it prove in the past? Will it prove in the future, or is it proving? Oh, it will prove in the future. So we got something plural in the future, right? I'm gonna look that up right now. Plural. I think this is we. My sacrifices is a we thing. So if rataza is the verb for prove, future tense for we our sacrifices or my yeah, it's definitely we because it's not you or they, it's we. So future tense for us is not at the beginning. So it's not rataza. I'm gonna just write that out there. Mm-hmm. hard thing. So I'm gonna break that down. Will approve. All right. My love. He said that was the first word he said today. What? A hobby. Uh-huh. Let me get that black. My love. And then for the Lord. There's many different ways you can say the Lord. Adanya is one. That's pretty much the way the scriptures say the word Lord is referring to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The most I can recall. But the most simplest way, you know what I'm saying, when we just come in to really get our grips understanding the Hebrew is just Adawan. You know the Most High is our Adawan too, is he not? Khan. He's the Adanya, so it's a different type of honor. I'm gonna say Adanya. I'm not really too. Let's change it to for our Father, for our not the Lord, because that's something else. I gotta know how to address the Most High in Hebrew. And Tazdak taught a few classes like that. I'm mad I forgot. Let's see. Can we think of something? How can we say the Lord in Hebrew? Damn right, Yahweh. Call him by his name for Yahweh. Hell yeah, Most High and Christ. That's the best way. Not even to candy coated. For Yahweh. So now that that's a name, we took off one of the prefixes before. It was for the Lord. It was gonna be we got for la and then the ha. So it was gonna be la ha Adawan. That's for the Lord. But now we got for Yahweh, which is more direct. The water for that. We got for Yahweh. How are we gonna say that in Hebrew? Damn right, La Yahweh, Most High in Christ. I mixed it up. I was supposed to do this. Already. So now I guess, you know what I'm saying, the only thing we missing is I used most of the board breaking it down, but I'm glad I did because now we starting to see how we making our sentences. You know what I'm saying? When we know to group up the little for and the and my and to and as, when we group those together and then we make things either plural or not plural and we conjugate our verbs, when we know how to do that stuff, we really running. We pass walking, we running in Hebrew. That's the meat of meat in speaking, reading and writing Hebrew. And this was the perfect sentence to kind of get an understanding of how it's done. So now I'm gonna do it in Hebrew right here. Just get it for our notes in the blue. So the Bakium Yup. This is only gonna be in yeah, paleo. Only in paleo. I only got enough room for that. Unless I will see. I might be able to get half. But the Bakium. The Bak Yum. Uh-huh. Yeah. The Bak Yum. Yeah. The Bakium. Yeah. Na Rataza. Na Ra Ta. Now we were just saying how I don't I wasn't sure about grouping the Taza before. Now that the H at the end, this is definitely grouped. The H like that. That's Na Ra Taza. Before, if it was Ha Rataza, it's not grouped. What was it before? It was something. It was what Taza, right? And I wasn't sure if the one and the Taza were grouped together. But this Taza with the H at the end is definitely grouped. Narataza. Ahabia. Ahabia. La Yahweh. Uh, yeah.
We learn the basics, so we start to get to the bigger color. Like you said, the prefixes and the suffixes.
Was I in
Learning
credits?
those things and sign, how to use them. Man, that changes the game.
Con. Was I in credits? So now we probably only got time for one more. Damn, we don't even got time for that. Really, we only got enough time for me to put it in a series. But we can what can we do? I guess yeah, I don't have enough time for these other sentences. Just go over some of the vocab a little bit more. I can just go over it real quick. Though. Not all of them, but what's the main ones? Love, trust, sacrifice is one.
Commit,
What else? Commit,
commit.
commit. That's four. Yeah, that's those four is good. We gonna just go over those four. Unless you got something you wanted something else. Oh, my bad. Love, trust, sacrifice, and commit. We gonna get those in Hebrew real quick. And then we gonna close up shop. And really, I be forgetting this vocabulary sometimes too. A lot of the time, it don't really stick until I find myself trying to use it every day. You know what I'm saying? So try to use it, man. Try to say, I love you, Aqua. I love you, sis. You know what I'm saying? Try to say, this is my sacrifice. Something. Just try to use the Hebrew. Let's get it. We got love, trust, commit, and sacrifice. Love. Aha.
So if a person was saying, I love you, it would be ahavka.
Yep. Wait. Love you.
I love you, ahavka.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Uh huh. But wait. Hmm. That's your love. I am your love. You know, because the suffix is possessive to the word. So when you put that you or it's you or your, like if I say I don't know how to say marker in Hebrew, but I say marker ka, this is your marker, not here's a marker for you. You know, so I love you. That will be changing I have a thought.
I have a thought.
Anya. Now we have to conjugate the verb love to I and currently love, right? That's what we're gonna do with this last 5 minutes. I'm glad you asked that. So so I love you. That's the perfect sentence. For I'm mad I didn't have that sentence written down. I love you. So I Anya love currently Awahab. Awahab. Atha. That's how you say you. That's directing the love to her or you.
Right.
Anya Awahab Atha. Mm-hmm. So that's really changing love. A lot of these words in Hebrew they work as verbs or nouns. Because when you say my love, that makes love a noun, right? But when you say I love you, that's making love a verb. So you know the word it'll work either way when you conjugate it. You conjugate it either as a verb or you conjugate it as a noun. You know what I'm saying? But you can't conjugate it as both. Remember that. It's either a verb or a noun. Already, man, we good to go. All right, so yeah, we're gonna close up shop with that. We're gonna close with a courtesy salute to the brothers and then to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahaba Shem Yahweh Barakatah, Yadi Matah, which means hands down. Sorry, turn praise the sisters. Courtesy salute to the sisters, sisters Amadim, which means to stand. Gonna give a courtesy salute, Ben of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Shemar Alatan Ba Shem Yahweh Yadi Matah, class dismissed.